So keys for Lubin, what you mentioned earlier. Be good on offense, but be responsible on defense.
Yeah. Take those chances early because they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to get into an exchange. You know, guys that have been knocked out and guys that have been knocked down, they're afraid to get a little gun shy and afraid to get into exchanges. I would say exchange with this dude. And I have not really seen that from Lubin. Yeah. I agree with you. I would say exchange with this dude, but then after the exchange, tie up, get around, hold, slip, and come out. Whatever his defensive moves are, you gotta use them.
Because if you're waiting for him to stop punching to start, you might not get a chance.
That's the worst thing you could do. The worst thing that Lubin could do would be throw his punches and then come right back.
He's overwhelming.
Yeah,
Fundora.
Because you're coming right back in front of a Fundora who's gonna throw straight shots and then body shots just to find you so that he can throw the headshots. So I hope you make it, man. It's gonna be a good fight.
Hey, Lubin, he would throw Lubin the hell off if he started jabbing from the outside. Carson, you would love it.
And that
he would flip Carson. He would flip Carson as a fan.
That's all I ever wanted from him. That's all I ever wanted. But is it too?
He got an 80-inch reach.
For us to assume that body punching is the key? Is that just like a kind of a simpleton approach to it? Because it seems so obvious to me.
To punch to the body, you got to be close, right?
Yeah.
Two things. To punch to the body, number one, you got to be close. But number two, a lot of guys don't know how to punch to the body. A lot of guys punch to the body with their heads up. And then again, going back to being responsible defensively, after you go to the body, what do you do? A lot of guys, they go down here and then they come right back up in the line of fire. You know what I mean? So it's got to be go down here, step off to the side, or even if you're going to come back to your guy on a different level where you can't get hit. You know what I mean? So it's definitely, the body's pivotal in this fight for Lubin. It's very much so key in this fight, but he has to understand that while he's going to the body, some stuff's coming back because that's who Fundora is. And then once he's done, Fundora's not done. So even when you're done, like you got to find something else. He's got to have multiple escape routes in this fight.
I think head movement's gonna be key as well. Like you said, some people fight with their head up and body shots. I think get off the line, a little Shawn Porter-esque. You know,
and it doesn't happen overnight. You know, you were talking about Reynoso teaching Garcia how to become a little looser up top. I'm sure it took multiple training camps and multiple fights for that to happen. I'm the kind of guy that if you tell me to do something, I just do whatever needs to be done. But other guys, they haven't been taught those things. It doesn't just snap. And because I'm fighting a guy that's 6'6", oh yeah, I'm gonna move my head all the time now. You know what I mean? So.
And if he can move, like you said, Shawn Porter, and force Fundora to keep resetting, that's a tough night, and stay on the angles.
His reset's a little different though.
Yeah, that's a big ass dude to reset.
Yeah, his reset is like he's coming forward, and then even like while he's resetting, he's still punching. You know what I mean? Like I don't think we're overrating how much offense comes from Fundora.
Fundora's good.
Like I said, he's got the dull sim arms. I feel like sometimes he maybe just threw a punch and then took a couple steps, and then it came back. His arms are so long.
And imagine if he could wear goggles because he can't really see.
No, stop it.
Imagine if he be always squinting. You can't wear contacts.
Comes in there with
you can.
Comes in there with the James Worthy goggles on.
Oh.
But
he's a confident kid too.
Yeah. And seems like a really good kid.
Yeah,
seems like a really good kid. What are the keys for Fundora? Other than being tall.
For Fundora, you got. He punches and his hands come down. He's not a puncher that comes back and then any of this. You know what I mean? He's just like, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. Yeah. And he's a worker. You know what I mean? People love that about him, but in this particular fight, especially, it can get him in trouble. Mm-hmm. He's got to punch and bring his hands back and keep punching. That's kind of
just keep swimming.
I don't know how it works for him, but that's his thing. He
be
keeps
a little
punching.
more defensively responsible than normal.
Definitely.
Is that a real picture?
Yes.
No, they edited that.
No, that's a real picture.
No, that's a real picture.
You took it?
Hafey, that's amazing.
I think that's edited.
The winner gets Tim Zoo.
Producer, like I got that one. That's all me.
Winner
gets good picture, Hafey.
Gosh, dang.
So
man, golf is nuts. He ain't that nice.
He needs to get a little shot.
A couple things to mention.
Winner gets Tim Zoo.
That's a good fight.
We mentioned I would like that. Fight. He might have a top 3 nickname in boxing, if we're being honest.
The Towering
Inferno is.
Hey, we've been waiting for that shit to fall forever, but
he's winning you over.
I'm tall.
His last fight, the fight with Sergio Garcia, some people didn't like the performance, but he fought more on the outside. And that's all I've ever wanted. You're 6'5.5", I believe was shown there, 6'6", however you want to look at it. Just fight on the outside. Just use your height.
And to Fundora's credit, you know, I talk all the time about fighters growing and just kind of adapting.
He's getting taller.
No, but I think
Don't hit a growth spurt.
it was a maturing point for him where he wasn't able to get what he's used to getting, and he kind of like resorted to punching, just using the jab. I don't think it was necessarily that was what I'm coming in the ring just to jab all night. I think
I don't think he's comfortable fighting long.
I think that he found himself in a position where he had to. I think he's more comfortable now doing it, having had to do it in the fight.
You know, you remember the Skilo song? I wish I was a little bit taller.
Yes.
Wish I was a baller. I feel like all the short fighters wish they could fight taller and have more, range. And all of the tall fighters like, bump that. I'm fighting on the inside.
It's like the rappers that want to play basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball players want to be rappers.
Here's the thing.
Shout out to Skilo, by
you
the
gotta
way.
look around.
That's funny.
But here's the thing. Every short fighter is told that they can't jab.
Yeah.
They're told that they can't out jab a long fighter or a tall fighter. You got to get to the inside. And it's almost like it's reverse psychology. Like we're always trying to beat to the outside, and then the vice versa. You're a tall guy who's lanky. You tell him, oh yeah, you got no power. Make sure you keep the guy on the outside. And all those guys are out to show that they got power. So it's like a universal all the way around the board.
You're telling me what I can't do. So
reverse
that's
psychology.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
And
what
shout
I
out
am.
to you. You want to have top 75 jabs in boxing.
Yeah, at least top 100, no question. But the
It's like you work on your
take it.
weaknesses so much.
Hey,
they
shout
become
out
your
to you.
strengths.
I'll take
you
it.
forget about your strengths.
Yeah, or they become your strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
And so I'm gonna try to do a little bingo here with the fight. So
Okay.
his draw was against who? Gallimore?
Nate Gallimore. I feel like
Was
he
that
beat
for-
Gallimore. No,
Did
I
he,
think
was
he
his draw
stopped.
Jamonte Clark?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a draw with Jamonte Clark. Jamonte Clark got stopped by Terrell
Gaucher.
Gaucher. Did Terrell Gaucher lose to Lubin?
Yes. Yep. In a kind of boring fight until towards the end.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Talk about tying the strings together. That was it right there. I'm not sure. I mean, I said that, but I don't think there's anything you can really glean from that information. Just interesting. But I don't know. I think my official prediction is Lubin wins. I think he gets him.
I'm going
On pay, like the common opponents, he took out Cota. They both took out Cota in 3 or 4 rounds, but he one punch KO'd Cota,
Yeah.
and it took Fundora 40 or 50, 60, 70
Yeah.
shots to do it.
I'm just worried. As listening to Shawn talk, I'm worried that if he don't get him out early, he can be overwhelmed by Fundora.
That's
And
kind
he
of how
can
it
get-
works for Fundora.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wears some leather early in the fights, but he holds his own, of course. But then those guys just kind of slow down.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
a lot.
And
And I know boxers, and you've talked about before, just you can't have any, not doubts, but you can't have any fears. Is it not, at least to an extent, like, is it not intimidating a little bit to be looking at a guy that's 6'6" when you're not 6'6"?
it
Or anywhere
never
close to
never was for me.
Nah,
Okay.
Carson.
It never
Yeah, I don't
was
know.
for me.
Because I'm just like, I understand not being scared of him.
Yeah.
But visually, it has to at least be a little bit like
Daunting.
shocking.
For
But
me,
he's skinny. He's skinny.
For me, I was so like confident in what I could do that no matter how tall a guy was, it didn't bother me. But some guys like, yo, this is a puzzle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it kind of stops you in your tracks. You know what I mean? So I hope that doesn't happen to Lubin.
And you can spar.
Lubin's got a space play. He got to spar with he's got to spar with a heavyweight. You know what I mean?
Two people on top of each other.
Yeah.
Inside of a trench coat. But
This idiot.
But yeah, I don't know. And I feel like even when you spar with them, and then on fight night,
Who's his sparring partners?
I'm telling you,
Who do you get to replicate Fundora? Who do you bring in?
2 welterweights.
Maybe
On top of each other.
he's
The word you're looking
168
for is
pounder.
mimic. I don't think you're looking for Repla.
No, he was.
He was going. He was on his way. He was on his way.
It might not be the wrong word.
Maybe you
but-
call
not- I'm not
Diego
the
Pacheco.
scholar.
You know,
Huh?
maybe you call up Diego Pacheco.
Oh right. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I know you've
You just
seen
need
it.
like,
Oh yeah,
like
Coach-
18
oh,
times.
Yeah,
No shoes.
all you need is just
Great coach.
Inspector Gadget, man. Launch up there. But nah, I'm telling you, it's 2 people in the ring, and then they switch.
He
In
throws
between rounds,
beautiful-
Somebody switches and goes on.
Tall guy with those beautiful uppercuts, like your boy Navarrete.
Yeah, the
Throws
best.
a lot of 4-3s.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ed. Follow me on IG Ed with 2 T's. Let's do
All
it.
right,
Let's
here,
do it again. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.